Hey, I'm Steve and welcome to my garage. In my last video, I removed my aging digital dash from my 1984 Corvette and sent it off to get repaired. In the meantime, it's back. So in today's video, I'm going to be reinstalling the digital dash back into the car, letting you guys know where I sent it off and how that whole process worked, and see how the whole process turns out so you can know if you want to send in your digital dash for repair or do it yourself. So I sent the dash into Battee.com, Battee.com, and I sent it there because of the recommendations of a bunch of people online that they do good work, honest, trustworthy, etc. So I looked at a lot of different options and that seemed like the way to go. So basically, just went to the website, looked around a little bit, sent them an email, said, hey, my dash is jacked up. Within less than a day, I had a response from them basically saying, just send it on in, we'll check it out, see what's wrong with it, send you some pictures, let you know where it's at, and then you can make a decision from there if you want us to fix it or not. You can either have them fix it, or they have a bunch of different repair kits depending on what your issue is with your dash, so you can fix it yourself. My particular dash needed a new backlight service to restore power and data signals to the LCD driver board, and needed a new power supply. I was just gonna order the lenses and do it myself, and that would have not worked out very well. Because what I thought it was not what it was. So I'm glad that I sent it to somebody to diagnose it and just get it figured out in one day. I have no idea how long it would have taken me to do the research and diagnostics to figure out what was really wrong with it. And honestly, I don't know if I have the knowledge, skills, or whatever to do the repairs after I did find out what was wrong with it. So it just seemed to me, in my particular case, like something I wanted to have someone else do. I try to do most of the stuff on the cars, at least the older cars. But every once in a while, man, they just run into something that I feel like it'd take me a really, really long time, effort to do it, or somebody else can knock it out right, real fast, for a reasonable price. I might just go that route. And this was $350 to have them completely redo everything. And I shipped it to them, and by the time they diagnosed everything, repaired it, and got it back to me, I think it was maybe 5 days. Gotta go get some skizzers. Ah! Ah! It's definitely packaged up real nice. Ooh. Ah. Well, looks nice and clean. Can't wait to see what it looks like inside the car. Let's do it. If you're wondering how this goes out and back in, it's very simple. There's just the trim piece on the outside. There's 4 screws here on the side. There's, I think, 4 screws across the front. Once you get the trim piece off, the digital dash itself is held in with 4 screws along the back here, and then unplug. So I'm just gonna plug it in real quick, put in the 4 screws to hold it into place, and just test it out and see how it looks. Well, I'm struggling to get it in there. If you're new to the channel, this isn't anything new. But I got it plugged in. I can't get an angle to where the plug is not hitting over here, or the edge is not hitting over here. Just probably something simple, but you know, every project seems to have its difficulties, and whatever. Well, I thought maybe I'd just put the dash in and I could wiggle it around and get some room to plug it in, but nah, that's not the solution either. Okay, I got it kind of half in, half out. Plugs in. Now, maybe. Dude, I don't know why. There's got to be an intelligent way to do this. I don't know it. I don't know. Can I reach back in? I think I'm doing it wrong. I think I might have to take out the radio in order to get back in there to try to guide that thing in there. So I'm gonna get on the Facebook groups and see if I can get some opinions from some people who have done this before and figure out the best way to do it, or if I'm just dumb, which is highly possible. We'll see. Got it. Had to find that right combination of grimacing and wiggling to get it in there, but finally got it in. Really had to just lift up on my dash a lot to get it in, which I don't recommend you do. It might be better just take the whole dash pad off. Somebody said take this bottom piece off and take some bolts out and drop the wheel, but I just pried up on that enough to wiggle it in, and worked out for me. Like I said, I don't recommend anything, but that's how I did it. So I'm just gonna hook up the battery and see how this looks. Here we are. Moment of truth. Oh, that's nice. Look at that. I know how much gas I have now. And hold on. Oh, RPM. See my mileage back there? This is nice. I can finally just look and have all this information at my fingertips without needing polarized sunglasses. Oh, I'm pumped. This is the first time I've known the oil pressure in this car. Well, I'm happy. I'm glad that I spent the money and sent it off and had somebody tackle this job for me. I'm not super knowledgeable when it comes to intricate electronical repairs, and there's so many different projects to tackle on a restoration like this that I think sometimes it's just a good idea to get certain things like that kind of outsourced for you in the process of building a car like this, so that way you can actually get it done. And I'm not saying that you should not rebuild your digital dash if you do have those skills. Maybe that's something that you do want to tackle, and maybe that's easy for you, and there's other things on the car that are more difficult that you want to have somebody else do, or maybe you can just do it all yourself. But for me, this is one of those things that I'm just glad I can check off the list and move on to something else. Speaking of moving on to something else, that's what I'm about to do. So please subscribe to see what I get into next week. Thanks.